can't lie. I can definitely get an Arsenal's front three now.
Right back, Charlie.
Still on the floor.
I've got the best intro on YouTube, like. People, deluded. I'm back again. Unfortunately, as if you don't know, Kai Havertz is injured, so I had to get someone whose opinion I really respect. It is emergency stream settings of sorts, man. Sammy, how are you? Welcome back.
I'm good. Obviously, the news has hurt me though, because I think we're truly done. I think we're finished.
Let's start there, man. What do you mean by I'm seeing shrugs? You're saying we're finished. I
Do you
need
know
all your
why?
thoughts.
It's because I saw this coming. And I didn't think it was gonna happen like this quickly. But in hindsight, Havertz has been dropping to the floor at full time for like the last 3 games, and no one decided to do anything about it. And then you go to Dubai and you're doing a high pressure drill, and he tore his hamstring. So yeah, that's why I'm shrugging my shoulders.
You said it there. I mean, it's predictable. Obviously, you're a physio. I keep forgetting people. So this is the best for me to ask you. Like, is it anything to do with training methods? Me, forgive me, I'm naive. I don't think it is. Of course, it's high intensity training. I personally believe we've got to train the way we play. I think the issues is probably more around recovery and rehab and simply not being able to rotate. But as a physio, where would you put it down to?
I think it's literally a combination of everything that you said. If you really look at it, like, the hamstring muscle is not a muscle that you treat with no care or respect. Footballers are always prone to muscular injuries, but they're more prone to hamstring injuries. So if you expect a player like Havertz, who's covered the most ground, who's running to attack, running to defend, you need him to have proper recovery. You need him to, take time and do the ice
Right.
baths, you know, do the little heat treatment and stuff. But he hasn't been able to do that because why? There's nobody else. Like, there's no one that can cover what he does. I'm not saying that Havertz is our number one priority, to start games, but he just does what he's told. And at the end of the day, if you don't give players rest, then what can we do?
Predictable, really.
It's very predictable. And the thing is, though, I was wondering when it was going to happen. It's not a case that I'm asking for players to be injured,
It's just
but
not sustainable.
it's not, because even with Saka, you've seen what Saka has done, how many games that he's played under Arteta already. That should have been.
You sound quite peed off. Three hamstring injuries as well at the moment with three players with
That's
Saka,
not that's
Martinelli,
that's
and
not
Kai.
that's not a coincidence. You don't just have hamstring injuries. There is a reason for that, because they are having to do too much. Martinelli and Havertz have had to play 10 games in the last month. That's not normal. That's not normal. And then you want them to still do that until May. No, you're having a laugh. You're having a laugh.
Well, I mean, I've got to ask you this then. Like, should we have done business in January, or should we have done what we needed to do in the summer?
I think there's no point in going back to summer. We can't dwell on what happened in summer. Although, if we were smart, we would have gotten. I think we should have got wingers. I think wingers were a priority for us, because the striker that I know that Arteta wants, or Arsenal want, we weren't going to get him in the summer.
Who is that?
Who is that?
Yeah, because you're saying that. I'm asking you. You're saying who is that? I don't know who it
It
is.
looks like there's two options that Arteta likes: Sesko and Isak. So those two were not looking like they were going to move from their clubs in summer. So obviously, in their heads, they're like, let's wait till next summer to get either or. Obviously, I know that we tried to get Sesko in January, and that was just not going to happen. But Watkins is available. half of the fan base was like, yeah, like we should do it, and the other half is like, no, what do we need? Like, why do we need Watkins?
The
We
accountant
need.
side of our fan base, man. It's true. No, it's true, Sammy. It's true. Like again, I'm not saying that I don't get the logic with waiting to the summer around the striker, the age of Watkins, and whether he's first choice. But at the end of the day, life happens, things happen. I always give it like the best example I could say is you could a job in it. Like I could want to be a lawyer. I might not be able to find lawyer jobs, so I might have to work at McDonald's for right now to kind of pay for what I need to pay for. We needed to pivot. That's just me. But we do have accountants, and I do think our fan base talk about next year, next year, next year, and we've got no choice but to do that. We should have done what we needed to do in Jan, but we're here to hear your thoughts on Jan.
Well, to be honest, we should have done something in Jan. I
Would
feel
you have
like
done
we
the
should.
Watkins one
I would have,
for 60
absolutely,
mil?
absolutely. I would have. Do you know what? If you look at the situation that you're in right now, you sometimes have to just take what you
Pivot.
can get. You got to take what you can get, because we did the same thing with Trossard, like what, 2 seasons ago.
Facts.
We weren't looking at Trossard. We weren't.
We tried to get Mudrik.
But do you get it? So now you have to look for an alternative that can still do the job. We know Watkins can do a job. Premier League proven. Bangs goals.
Scored
What
against
else do
us
you want?
twice. It's a
Like, what
no-brainer for
else?
me.
Hmm?
It's a no-brainer for me. Like if he
Exactly.
and
Like,
what shocks me is we were offered him. We didn't try and go for him. So that tells you everything with what we were doing.
exactly. And then obviously we look a bit stupid, obviously going in offering 40, and that gets rejected. Of course. Aston Villa are not going to get rid of Watkins on chicken change. No. So if they're asking for 60 or 65, pay it. We need bodies on the pitch, because there's going to be a point where one of our attackers is going to go down because they've had to play way too much. Like, they've had to play way too much. And look now. Even what's his name? The guy that went to Spurs.
To Spurs. Oh,
Yeah, and
Matthias
loan.
Tell.
Arteta said we don't need any bodies. We don't need bodies. He's a body that we could have used.
Could have got Morata as well. We could have done so much. Like, and that's
No,
where for
we could
me,
have. We
we
absolutely
could have
could
done
have.
we
But
could have done so many things. Like you either make things happen, get results, or you get excuses. Winners win, losers explain. Me and you as Arsenal fans, we're doing a lot of explaining in this opening exchange. I'm sure Arteta will as well. So like where you look at January then, is it a failure?
absolutely, absolutely, summer was a failure, and then now you're trying to reap your failure by making us look as if this was actually a win. Let me not lie, I like Calafiori, I do, but
So do
yet
I.
again, Arteta is bolstering the defense. That's not our priority. That is not our priority. You've already lacked in two windows to get us an attacker. Two. Who did we get? Sterling. What has he done?
Not too much of
Exactly.
Sten, he's a yard man, but
No, no, no. Listen,
it's
I'm
dark.
not. I don't want to talk on Sterling. I don't. But we have to, because you yourself, himself, in that video, the announcement video, he said what? I'm coming here to do what? To do business.
He
What
was
business
chatting, he
have you
was
done?
chatting, he was chatting.
Don't don't come here and chat. Do something. Anyway, regardless, summer window failure, January window failure. This summer, now they're gonna have to sell. Like, they're gonna have to sell enough players to make enough money to actually bring in the big boys.
Do we really have to do all of that? Obviously, you're not an
We
accountant,
do.
but
No,
like, do
we
we really
do.
have to
We
do that? Because we're
do.
always fed this stuff.
No, but we do. We have to, because we've had what, 2 seasons where we've really gone and fought for the title. That has now proven that these players are not enough. How many seasons will it show people that this front three is not gonna run? If it's not Saka, if it's not Ethan,
It's dead.
Havertz is not good enough. Trossard is not good enough. Martinelli, listen, Martinelli, I do, but we must. Oh, Nelly, we have to part ways. We have
It's
to.
dark. Oh, part ways.
No, we, unless If you want him as a squad player, fine,
Yeah,
fine. But he cannot be in our starting 11 next, like
I
for
agree
next
with that.
season. But yeah, I mean, not part ways, but you know.
No, to be fair, I think you're right. I think I like Kai, bench. Trossard, I don't think you're bad, bench. Martinelli, you're not doing the job, but I do like you, bench. If you
Mhm.
get some more quality to marry with Bukayo Saka and Ethan and all the things you said, we're laughing. And like, I think we are. Like, who do you put the failure down then on the summer and January? Is it Mikel Arteta? Is it the board? Like, because I know some fans differentiate the two.
I think you have to put the blame on. It's strange because I feel like you have to put the blame on the board because they're the ones that handle finances. They're the ones that can say how much money can we really spend. Because why was it such a problem for us to even go for 65? We're moving like broke boys when we're not broke boys.
But you just said we have to sell. So we are broke boys.
No, but we have no, but we're not. But we have to sell. I think we have to sell to make it known that we are here to actually keep pressing. We have
But
to
who are we
keep.
selling as well, darling? Like, who's being sold?
No, I will give you a list of who we need to sell.
I'm here for
Partey,
your thoughts, not mine, you know.
Partey's got to go. Jorginho's got to go.
Two free
Sterling
transfers.
got to go.
Loan.
Not Calafiori. I'm losing it. Trossard has to go. Martinelli, that's a question mark because
Trossard has to go.
Trossard does. Sorry, he has.
He has
He's
to
even.
go.
He's not agreed to the new contract, anyways. So he's
Yeah, but you
going.
always turf the first contract offer, surely.
He's going. He's going. He's going.
Without
I'm
what bringing
sorry.
one in, you're 100% convinced he's gone.
Nah, I think he's gone. I think he's gone.
You were Trossard's biggest defender. It's nice to see you've come around, though.
I'm not trying to come around because Trossard is and was my
That
guy.
is, listen, you didn't know then, you know now. It's cool. You've come
It's
round
not
now.
even trying to know then or know now.
It's
Let's not
cool, man. It's
let's
so
not
cool.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You get it now, though. You do understand it now. Why Trossard can't start.
Maybe it's because this is this you could say that about Martinelli though.
Opinions change. Yeah, yeah.
Shut up. No, but it's not even opinion changing. It's just now
It is. It
that
is.
it's not. My opinion about Trossard has not changed.
I'm
It's the
pretty sure
fact
it
that
has. It has.
no, it doesn't. No, it's because now the circumstances have changed. Had Trossard done what he was doing last season now, it still wouldn't have changed.
What was that?
All I'm saying is,
I'm asking you. What was that? I don't know what he did last year.
I'm not gonna lie, Trossard gave us some very important goals last season. Very
So did
important
Kai. We
goals.
still need an upgrade.
I'm not. This is not about Kai. Kai will have his moment. Talk about Trossard right now.
True. 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 I've got to be devil's advocate. I have to be.
I can clearly see that. But my point is, Trossard and Havertz, if you want to marry them together,
It's not sustainable.
it's not exactly. And I'm not even talking about what kind of players they are. They're good players. But in terms of what it is that we Arsenal need, we need superstars up front. Like we need like serious strikers,
She ain't lying.
serious wingers. Because obviously now the way football is, you can say that the striker the striker vibe is not a thing. I think like in the last
Striker
couple
mark
of
is on the
years,
floor, if I'm
it's
honest.
yeah, like you don't even the striker breed is kind of dying out, if that makes sense. It's now wingers. Like it's a focus on wingers. And if you don't have a front man who will do the job for you, you're fried.
Which we are now.
You can see how Newcastle Isaac hasn't got to do much. He's just got to be in that position. He's fed the ball and it goes in the back of the net. That's all we need.
And he's got the ability to pull it in the back of the net on a consistent basis with the greatest of
This
respect
is
to
the
our
thing.
players.
This is the thing. You may have all of the link up play in the world. Oh my goodness. You could have it all. But if you don't have the eye for the net, then what are we doing here?
We're fucked.
So, exactly. So that's why I was saying, like, as much as I have respect for what kind of player Trossard is, he's not going to be the one to take us to a title. Although last season it was different. Last season we're 2 points away, and those 2 points were a difference because we just didn't put our chances away.
Trossard and
Lessons
Kai
learned.
Havertz.
The same thing from Bayern Munich, Champions League. We said the same thing. We've been screaming the same thing. I don't know why no one is listening.
Because you're negative if you're not just blowing hot smoke up this club's ass. And then that means I have to ask you then, like, is Arteta the guy? Because if he's like, I agree with you, but being devil's advocate, if we're saying the same things year in, year out, like we know what the Cronkies are at. We know we're not selling. We know they like how they like to work. We finished 2 points off City. I do think where it looks like in the cup competitions, I am taking it out of context, but Arteta doesn't get over the line. Now,
Mm.
one love for the rebuild and all of that, but if you're not able to get us over the line, are you the guy? You've spent money. I can't act like it's all the owners. Like, where do you look at with Arteta? Do you think his position should be reviewed?
Um, do you know what? I thought to myself, if he was able to get us just one trophy, I didn't care what it was, League Cup, FA Cup, something. I would have been like, do you know what, Arteta? I'll give you one more season, only because you need a manager that you can sustain with, that you have a relationship with. Otherwise, you're gonna have to start having to rejig the vibe of what the team, the
We have to
chemistry with
start
the
again,
team.
essentially.
You have to start again, and essentially, Arteta. We have seen for 2 seasons what kind of football Arteta can produce. But now it's fine margins. It's like trying to figure out what is it that is stopping us from getting to that final mark. Arteta has done more than I thought we were going to be able to do since he started, because we finished eighth in his first season, we finished fifth second season. I thought we were going to have a little gradual progress. Let's do it nice and calm. Next thing you know, we're challenging. And I'm like, oh, if this is what he can do for us, maybe next season we'll be able to. But we've been saying that for the last 2 seasons. So now it's a case of, if you can't give us what we need, maybe not this season. As I said, I'll give it one more season. If we don't get the end goal, he has to go. Simple
What
as
is the
that.
end goal?
Winning the title. You have finished so many Arsenal fans' brains by giving us hope that we can do it. You have actually fried our brains, because now every season we're going to get number one. We're going to get number one for the last 3 seasons, but we haven't done it. So when are you going to do it? You can't keep promising us this. You can't. It's not fair. It's actually not fair.
I think it's peak. I think it's absolutely peak. Like if Arteta left tomorrow, I'm not gonna cry. I don't necessarily feel we should necessarily sack him. Personally, I think we need to go, not to alleviate any problems with Arteta, but I just think we need to get the Cronkies out, because even if we won the title last year, I can't be fully guaranteed that we would have fought for it this year. I think they're far too comfortable. I think as long as Mikel Arteta gets top four, actually, that's a good talking point. Like, is top four in question now?
It's definitely a top four race. I'll say that for sure. Um, yeah, we don't have a competent front three. We're finished.
Is it
Like,
fair
there's
to
no.
say that though? Because you've got Raheem Sterling and Trossard, two very experienced players, and a young, exciting Ethan. Is it fair to say that?
It is absolutely, because what has Sterling and Trossard done in the last couple of weeks to warrant us not being worried?
Some would say Sterling ain't been given a consistent opportunity.
All right, cool. How many games are we giving Sterling to warrant?
Now, you probably got about 13. You can't play against Chelsea, but you got about 13 Premier League games, 15 if you include the two in the champs at the very minimum.
Mm-hmm. So how many are we giving him?
I'm asking you. You're the
No,
person that I invited here.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you too.
How
Because
long are we? I don't know. Like how?
I've done giving Sterling chances. This I've done, because the thing is, as an experienced player, what people want to see from you is being able to come through in said moments where we need you. Saka has been that guy for us for how long? We can't keep putting this kind of pressure on players that are under 25. It's not fair. It's actually not fair. Because now what? Ethan has the ability to play up front, and we're going to put all our hopes and dreams into a 17-year-old.
Yeah, yeah. It's
You
not
are.
fair.
It's not fair. It's not fair. So, yes, I'm looking at Sterling and thinking, yeah, what are you going to do?
He is a proven Premier League winner, so you could argue that's someone to rely on.
He's proven, so prove it.
I don't know. I'm with that.
That's
Like,
just prove it.
I'm with you with that, but it's
That's
like
all I'm
you got
asking
nothing
for.
else.
Yeah, we still have
There's rumors of Marino up front and all of that. It's dark.
that is.
I want to cry, to be honest with you, but
Listen, if you want to put Marino up front, you should just put Calafiori up front.
or Gabriel Magalhaes, to be fair.
Do you know what I mean? Because
You're right.
let's be honest, Gabriel's going to probably end up being our top scorer.
And Kai Havertz is our current top goal scorer. We've lost the goal scorer. Listen, me,
Do you know?
I think January was an L for everybody, and I'm vexed at everyone.
Everyone should get a piece of our minds, because what you've done now is carry like the hard work that all the players that are now injured have done, and you just thrown it. You've literally thrown it away because of what? You want to save a bit of cash. Get out my face. Get out my face.
Especially the Martinelli and Havertz injuries, because like you said at the start, it's predictable, but it's still a bit disappointing in that you knew this would happen, but it's just incompetence or negligence or stupidity or all of the three, really, or
It's
four
all
things I've said.
it's all of the three. It's all of the three. And as I was saying, you don't take muscular injuries lightly, especially as a footballer, because it will start off with a strain. It will start off, then it will go to a tear, and then it's gonna go to to a point where it's fully ruptured. Like he's got a torn hamstring, guys. The same injury as Saka. And they're saying they're contemplating surgery. No, get the damn surgeries done. Just let him recover, let him rehab. That's it. Because Saka, they're telling me, oh, he'll be back in April. Leave that boy alone. What are we fighting for? What are we fighting for?
What, you think Saka won't return before the end
No,
of the year?
you should. This is my personal opinion. As I said, I don't work for Arsenal, and I don't not part of the team. This is just me. But sorry, this boy has done how many minutes? And you want him back to do what? What is he saving us from?
But what if he's fit? And what if he wants to play, which I'm sure he does? Like,
I don't
why
give a
shouldn't he
heck
play?
about Saka's opinion, because sometimes he'll be the one that's coming like, yeah, boss, let me play, let me play. Sit your, sit down, sit down, sit, just sit. We go like we can. I'm not even gonna say we go again next season. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just gonna say next season. Wait,
But why?
wait me.
We're still in the Prem, where we've got 6 points, so we're 6 points off, potentially 9 later with Liverpool, but we'd have a game in hand. We're still in the Champions League. If Saka is fit, surely it makes sense for him to play. Our poster boy, our star boy, our difference maker.
But I just need people to be realistic right now, yeah, and just tell me how how are we gonna do this? How? We've still got United to play away. By the way, still got Anfield. We still have Anfield.
We haven't lost in the last 2 years at Anfield, though.
But the point is, who did we take with us to those games?
I
Yes,
don't
our
think Saka was
best.
there, you know.
Yeah, he was.
He might have been.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, we
Because he
pulled off some
played him.
results without
He
Saka, though.
played. Yes, we have, and we've been doing that since he got injured. But
And we've
my
got a
point
great top
is
six
now,
record.
that's not the point. The point is, have you seen the way our attacking options have dwindled?
That's why we need Saka
Because,
back. And if he's fit, why not play him?
and as I said, I'm not part of the medical team. I'm not the manager. I don't have the decision. So you'll probably see him in April. And he
I hope
might
not.
be ready. He might be ready. He might be great. But I'm telling you now, I know how this is going to go down. This boy's going to come in. He's going to do the cheeky little 10 minutes at the end, another 10 minutes. It's going to build up to 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 90 minutes, boom. And it's going to happen. And he's going to make Saka do consistent 90s. I can see it. I can see it.
It's dark. It's dark. I'm almost lost for words, man. I think everyone can see it's the hope that kills. I think this has probably been the worst of the season, worst of the 3 seasons, sorry, that we fought for the
Yeah.
league.
Yeah.
And it
Because
just
I don't
feels like
think.
it's all ruined in January. Like, I don't want people to look at the January moment, because there's been times where it's been a very poor, but it feels like we'll look at this January period with the injuries, with the illnesses, with the incompetencies from those that make decisions. Like, we don't have a sporting director. That in itself says everything.
That
And
says
it's a
everything.
shame.
And why one hasn't been appointed is still
They said
shocking.
they're impressed with Jason Ito behind the scenes. Are you impressed with Jason Ito behind the scenes?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because why didn't you get Watkins over the line? You know what's funny? If he had Watkins over the line, people would not be they won't be screaming and shouting like we are now. They would have said, "Do you know what? You saved us. You
You
gave
did your
us
thing,
a
yeah.
chance. You did your bit to at least look like you had our backs." But I'm telling you now, whoever's in control in the board over, like, I don't know, the treasurer, the finance committee, what are you lot doing?
They
What are
don't
you
care.
lot? They don't exact. And the thing is, though, because they don't care
Top four was
enough,
assuming they don't care.
this is what I'm saying. Because they don't care enough, it means that whatever is happening on the pitch, they are doing this because they know that they have to spend. They have to spend. And Saka's injury should have been the warning sign for everyone. That should have been alarm bells ringing for everyone. This boy is
Facts.
still the biggest chance creator and hasn't played since when?
December, isn't it? Well, it would be December.
Exactly. Exactly. He's still there. Do you know how many games have happened since then? And he's
About
still
16, 17, if in all
exactly.
comps. Maybe 13, 14 in
So,
Prem.
with that information, what does that tell you? We might be slightly cooked. But at the same
Yeah, we are
time,
good.
do you see? Do you get exactly? No,
No, we
we
are
are.
100% off. You're
No,
being
we're
nice about it.
burnt right
We're
now. We
finished.
are. We are burnt. We
Yeah, we're
are the.
finished.
We are actually the bottom of the pot burnt.
We're the
Like
ugly best friend in the friendship group.
screaming.
We're finished. We're finished. We're finished. We're cooked.
So from Saka, they should have had a plan. Like, how do we go forward? Then Jesus, AC freaking L. If that was not enough, I don't know what is going to set these people off.
Preaching. And even the ACL, like now selling Gabriel Jesus is another problem in its ilk. And now, like, do we really have the stability we claim we do? Because you could go through the squad and we know we're not going to bring in 1 million players and get rid of 1 million players. But there's very few players that you could say wouldn't be available for the right price. Days are numbered, couldn't be upgraded on. We all know the depth of our squad. We ain't got a sporting director, as you said. Mikel Arteta is the only stability, and the Cronkies, because Cronkies not going anywhere. Arteta's got a new deal. Do we really have the stability we claim we do as a football club finally? Like for the last 2, 3 years, we've, including myself, we've all thought that. Now it's like, oh, it's looking a bit shaky.
It's yeah, it's looking a bit. To be honest, I don't know what is left to show the level of instability that we have at the club right now.
Incompetency,
Um,
man. You're being nice.
it, it's just it just looks like there's just no care. Like there's just nothing. As I said, I'm not trying to put full blame on Arteta because he probably has a lot of say in things, but at the same time, his say is not the final say. So even if he said that he probably instigated saying yes, I do need a Watkins. What can we do to do a Watkins? And now he's got to sit in press conferences having to eat up all of this, injury crisis, that. What are you going to do going forward? I, I'm one
Friday,
man.
we're gonna hear what he's got to say in relation to the Leicester game, which is scary now because you can't even kick lump the ball long from Raya to Kai anymore because that's not a thing. So you have to
Yeah, it's
change your
not.
tactical dynamics now.
But what can we do though? Because you have to start dialing the phone for free agents.
I mean, Diego Costa is free, Carlos Vela is free. Do with that what you wish. I think you at this point
The
you just
logo is
got to play the
free.
Haylenders, man. Play the young G's, the Kion Edwards, the Fago
To be
Juniors.
honest, that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to play the youth, because
He's not
like
going to do that though. You're going to see Sterling up front or Trossard. Ethan's going to play where he can, and you made a good point about
but it's
it being recoveries and whatnot. He can't play 16 games in 90 minutes. He's 17. He's just been exposed to this.
he is
We're fucked.
17 and he just came back from said muscle strain injury
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
another
17.
hamstring injury pending. I'll be absolutely honest.
No, absolutely. Because if we still maintain what we've been seeing for the last couple of games with the front three that we have, Trossard might be next because he's already been playing how many games. But
Your
with
guy.
Trossard, at least he's been subbed off a few times. around like the 60th, 70th minute. But still, those minutes accumulate over time. One little stretch could be enough. One little leg up here, just for you to get the ball, one touch can be enough. Accelerating down the pitch to counterattack is enough for an injury. So Arteta's got to have a plan B and C, because when our plan A, the front three, doesn't work, what are you going to do next?
I'm happy I'm not him because it's looking like Plan F at this moment in time. Like, I guess my last question before I let you get out of here, then, like, are you optimistic on the Prem? And if you're not, should you be a bit more optimistic? Because it's not, surely it's not all said and done. 6 points off, gonna have a game in hand. Could be 9 after the Everton game. It's not all doom and gloom. We got to play Liverpool. We got one game a week. Did a bye trip minus the injury could galvanize these lot. Should you
Oh,
be more optimistic?
it's really the hope that will kill you,
Yep,
Damn.
it is. I wish I believed everything I just said.
Do you know what's funny? Because I really thought, are you believing the words that you're spewing right now? Because I
I've
don't.
got a job to provide quality and be impartial. We want to hear what you got to say.
Listen, for me personally, the title race was done when Saka got injured. If I'm being completely honest,
I
it
think it
was,
was
it
done
was,
before that.
it was. I agree. I agree. I agree. But sometimes you've got to give grace. Got to give a little grace.
Past that. That was last season. Gloves. We came into this season
No,
talking
it's
about
true.
gloves are
It's
off,
true.
pressures on, fine margins, none of that great stuff. You want grace,
Yeah.
go church or mosque. We ain't got doing that today. It's football. We want to be winners, or we want to explain and context and if and but. And this season's a season of what if. And I don't want to be that guy, but it's one thing watching City win it. I know Liverpool still have proven winners in that, but Arne Slot has been wherever he's been, he's rocked up, and we're still not the team that takes advantage of a slip. There's no excuses. It's a massive L for everybody.
No,
Nobody should show their face, if I'm honest.
if I no, listen, as I said, for me personally, the title race was like it was completely done when Saka got injured. Like that was it for me. And from then it was a case of thinking what alternative do we have if we don't get um the PL? And that was the League Cup. And that got crushed into
We
smithereens.
crumbled in that across 2 legs.
Crumbled severely. And I'm just like, how do we keep doing this to ourselves?
Because we're soft.
We, I mean,
Unfortunately, we're soft.
how much softer can we be though?
No, we're clearly soft. I think we're a bit more seasoned than what we used to be. But in crunch moments, like you know yourself, we scored 90 odd goals last season. But when the pressure is really on to score a goal, whether that be West Ham at home, the 2 games against Villa, Newcastle, etc., we don't manage games well. We don't kill games, and I don't know what it is. It just must, unfortunately, it must be an Arsenal thing because players have won stuff elsewhere, but together as a group, when it's really sink or swim, kill or die, we're never on the right side of the fine margins. And unfortunately, a team's a reflection of the manager. Of course, without of context, since you've won the FA Cup, you've gone out of every trophy. You know, since we won the FA Cup, you've been terrible in that. The Europa League, you embarrassed us in the semi-final. You played Smith Rowe as a striker, which for me is your biggest crime. Champions League, the manner in which we went out to Bayern Munich weren't terrible, but we went out. You're not a winner. So the players ain't going to be winners, surely. And they're not showing that they really want to be winners collectively as a club from top to bottom, which is why me and you are having this conversation. But we are still 6 points off. So should it be all doom and gloom?
To be honest with you, I think they're burnt out.
Yeah.
I
Last two
think,
years,
and
that would be the
it's
case.
not even burnt out physically. It's burnt out mentally. You
So they've checked
can't.
out.
Yeah, I think the last 2 seasons. I think if we hadn't just done what we needed to do 2 seasons ago, for some reason, this season you have to go again. I'm sorry. I think they are just completely phased out by this, because it's now the effort of having to do this again. And
And
now they've tried
remotivate yourself.
exactly, and they've tried again, and now we're even worse off than we were before. The belief that you had last season, at least you could carry it up until the very end. Their belief now is probably not even, it's in the negative numbers now. So there's no need to even think that a title is even going to occur, because I'm so sorry. The games that we really have left, we still have Nottingham Forest to play, who are a super team right now. We have very critical games that we have to play. And I'm glad that we played Villa when we did, because whatever's cooking over there, did not want to buck that. With the front three that we have, I'm not trying to do that. So
You're gonna see Sterling go on some great form now. Trust me.
I would like that. Trust me, I don't want to speak bad or ill on Sterling. I don't. But he's making me because of what he's doing.
But he's been given the least opportunity out of everyone, though.
And if this is what gets him to skyrocket, then I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it. But if you don't, the
He's
first
got
person you're
this,
gonna
man.
hear from is me. Because Sterling, my brother, come on. Come on. Seriously. If you really want to do the whole Infinity Stones thing, go to United next. Be my guest. Do what you need to do for history. That's
Girl
fine.
said Infinity Stones. Yeah.
But try. Do you know, like, try.
Maybe we're gonna see, man. You know, like you said, when he signed for the club, you saw he got a point to prove. I think he's been very patient. I don't think his motivational levels have dropped. I think, you know, as being a seasoned veteran and a Jamaican like Raheem Sterling, I think when his chance comes, he's gonna take it, isn't it? Like him, I've got all the faith in him, Trossard and Ethan. I think you should have a bit more optimism, man. You know, I'm sure you speak to older Arsenal fans, they'll remember, they will tell you when, you know, we won the league at Liverpool. It'd be quite the romantic story if we were to win.
It
I
will
don't
be
think all help
so.
should be lost.
Yeah, you're better than me. Sorry.
I don't believe this. I just got to be devil's advocate. I got to be impartial.
I
I got to
know,
be
and
impartial.
I hear it, but sorry. Not from here. One thing I'm not going to do is force something that is so out of reach, especially with what we have going for us. The squad was already thin. Now it's, I don't know what's thinner than thin. Like, what's that?
Yeah. I don't know the word. I don't know the word, but I
Do you know
just
what I
speaking
mean?
it. Yeah, no, you're right.
It's so thin to the point where our starting back four that we don't even have enough cover for that. And
Ben
we've
White's come back
spent,
though. Kivio's there.
yes, Benny Blank
Vinny's
back
there.
could, yeah, but look at
Lewis
the
Kelly's
look at
man.
the drop. Look at the drop.
Now Kivio's a Polish international. Zinchenko's a seasoned winner. Ben White's Ben White.
Why are you talking about Polish international? That's got nothing to do with any, like I don't care where you're from.
He's a Polish international. He played at a World Cup.
Thank you so much
Lewandowski
for
rates him.
telling me that he's a Polish international. Fantastic. Zinchenko is from Ukraine. Thank you. Gabriel's from Brazil. Thank you. Saliba's French. What else do you want to tell me?
They're all international footballers. That's my point. They've all played in high pressure environments.
So
They're good players. They're not like some pansies we just brought out the academy.
I'm not even talking about them being pansies. I'm just talking about the drop off, the drop in
Kivio came from
quality.
Italy as well. University of Defending.
University of what?
The University of Defending. What I describe Italy as.
What did he get? Did he get what? 2-1 first? Because I don't
I,
think he got first.
I think he dropped out after the first year still, but
Right.
it's still
Thank
he
you
still
very
went
much.
there.
Thank you very much.
Kivio's your guy. I can't believe you
What?
threw him under a bus.
Don't do that.
You was rating him on my platform. You was rating him.
I liked him. Doesn't mean I said, yeah, you
Like
can
you
take
think he's
Gabriel's
cold
place.
than that.
I really like the fact that you keep spewing lies, but it's okay because have your moment. Have your devil's advocate moment. All
No,
I'm
I've won, man.
saying,
I won the war against Trossard. I'm gonna
you
just
haven't
go,
won
just go on, just go on,
anything.
just go
You
on.
haven't
It's
won
cool. You
anything.
lost. It's calm. It's calm. You were saying one thing about Trossard. I tried to tell you a next thing. I am inevitable. It's cool, Sams. It's calm. It's so cool. It's so cool that we got here. It's not even that deep. It's not even that
Do you
deep.
know what? Whatever you're saying, let it be known that I don't care. I said what I said, and I've also said that I still think that he's what? Cool. But if you want to have this moment, please relish in it, have it. But regardless, yeah, cool. Regardless, I said what I said about Trossard. I still believe that. All I'm saying is, if we want to be great, we
Do we want
need
to have
great.
conversations? Sorry to cut you, but do we want to have conversations about Gabriel Magalhaes as well? Like, because we could do that. Try to tell you about certain man as well.
Okay, we never had a conversation about him.
Oh,
I know that. I know that for a fact.
so
I know that for a
you,
fact.
Tariq, Gooner Lee, I was trying to tell you, like, when you were like, oh, Arteta's going to upgrade on him.
I never said anything about Gabriel. I've always
Okay,
liked him.
cool. Expect clips. Expect clips in your messages shortly.
Send them. Send them. Send
Sorry, Miss
them.
Physio, man. Like, I'm
No, no,
sorry,
no,
but
no, no. Send them. Send them
I
because
tried to teach. I
yeah,
always
send
try
them
and
because
preach to you, lot.
I know, I know. But anyways, listen, DG Nation, this guy is a liar. He's a fraud. He's making me out to be a bad guy.
No, I wouldn't. I would
So
never do that. I'd never do that. I'd never do that.
you just did that
I'll never, I'll never, I'll
twice.
never do that. I'll never do that. Like I told you at certain man's birthdays, like I'll never do that. Like you need to come back to the channel. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you. We
Anyways,
we, we appreciate having you here and your supreme knowledge in relation to trust art.
he's doing it again.
I'm trolling. I'm trolling. All right, last question before I let you get out of here. Yeah, who would you give player of the season to? Arsenal, and so far.
Gabriel.
Top three.
Who's your player of the season?
Gabriel Magalhaes, but I don't agree with you. That's why I asked for top three.
No. Ask who's yours.
Gabriel Magalhaes. Do you know what? There's probably three. Oh, Gabriel, no order. Gabriel Magalhaes, Bukayo Saka, because Saka was on course to get that assist record
No,
before he obviously
Saka was on course to being player of the season, yes, but he's gonna miss a majority of said season.
done better than everybody. Regardless, him not playing, he's been better than Bearman. He was better than Bearman against
True,
Newcastle.
true,
So
but
Saka's there.
I'm looking at it in the sense of consistency over the period of the season. If he's not been available for what 3, 4, 5 months, and I'm just like, who's been the person to carry us
Magalhaes,
even in
Saka,
his
Lewis
absence?
Kelly. Special mentions to Raya, Timber, a couple other men, but I'd go with that. I actually think Partey's been top three as well, to be fair.
Please, whatever. Um,
Yeah, let's
Gabriel
not
for
talk
me.
about him.
Gabriel for me.
Next two names. No order, just yeah.
Next two names.
I'd better not hear your boy Odegaard, but go on.
I wasn't going to say Odegaard, but okay.
Uncomfortable conversations in due course will take place.
These
But
are
go
not
on.
uncomfortable conversations because I don't know what you're trying to say here. Anyway,
Uncomfortable conversations is that.
what uncomfortable conversations?
Calm down, calm down. Why you being aggressive?
You're talking at me like I don't
Why you
look
being
at.
aggressive?
No, I'm being aggressive because you're coming for me
I'm
again.
scared. I'm
Shut
scared.
up. Shut up. Just sip your tea. Oh my
I'm a
god.
troll. I wish it was to you something a lot stronger than that after hearing about the Havertz thing.
Mm.
So can we get three names?
Yeah.
Gabriel
Sorry.
Magalhaes.
Um.
I know I'm handsome, but stop staring at me like that, man. Come
mm,
on. I'm a piece of shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
sometimes.
I'm just saying him. You know.
Oh, don't do that. Come on, man.
I'm giving it to
Come
him.
on, man. Just three names. Come on, Sammy. Come on.
I don't have to say anything to you anymore.
So you can't what?
I've given you a
Gabriel
name.
Magalhaes, is it? You're being difficult now. You can't
I
give
am.
Lewis Kelly,
Yeah,
can't throw
I
a
am.
young Ethan, can't give Saka. You know, they're one of us. You know, can't give my geezers like Declan Rice some hail ups. Everyone had a lot to say about him. Can't say your boy Mikel Merino.
No, why would I say Marino? What's he
Because you
done?
was gassing him in the you was gassing him.
And now I know you are just being. I won't say this on live. I won't say this. I'll keep that word for.
I got him, man. They want entertainment. I got him. No, but people, do you know what the biggest thing about YouTube? Yeah, and I'll end it there. You lot can go back on our videos and you can see what she said about Mikel Moreno. You can see what she said
I
about
never
Declan
said
Rice.
anything about him.
Then you got nothing to worry about. But you can see what she said about Moreno, about Trossard, about Magalhaes,
I
about
stand by what I said
Martinelli.
about Trossard. I stand by what I said
Trossard's
about
all you need. You're
Martinelli.
guilty of that. Like, that's the biggest thing still. Trossard. That's what's going to
Regardless
see
of
you go jail.
Trossard, I haven't said that he is shit. I never said that. I never said that he. Anyway, do you
Sure.
know what? I'm not even going to continue because what you're telling me right now is that you're doing
listening.
this for the entertainment, for the fun.
I'm
Get the
not.
juices
I'm
flowing.
not.
Yes,
I
you
just
are. Yes, you
remember
are.
everything.
Yes, you are. You're trying to get the juices flowing. I'm not part of your. I'm not doing it.
Girl
Not
said
doing
she's
it.
good. No, you're just, you know, what it is. You're just easy to rile up, man. But I appreciate you for being here. Calm down, calm down. We're giving you your flowers now. Untense the face. We appreciate you, Miss Physio, Miss Goal Hangers, Miss influencer. Do you know how much things she does? Like, just follow her on Instagram, you'll see it. We're trying to be like her. That's why I appreciate the fact that she gave up her time. Where can the people then find you? Why are you making up your face? Where can the people then find you?
No, because you're annoying me now. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not
I'm not
funny.
laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing. I'm
are.
nervous. I'm nervous. I'm laughing because I'm nervous. Shy.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
The
Can you see my name?
username.
Is my name on here? Can you see it?
I can see it, but I don't think they can. So
Oh,
it will be
okay.
in the description and whatnot. She should have her own YouTube channel, by the way, folks, but she doesn't. So can you say it? It will be in the description, but can you say where they can find you?
I said Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
The username.
You said you're gonna put it in the description. Anyway,
Yeah, so say it.
S
People might be too lazy. Say it again. I was talking.
At S CK. Thank you.
There you have it, man. South London's finest. Sammy, the gorgeous one. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you very
Hopefully,
much.
next time you're here, everything's a bit more positive. Arsenal fans, just pray in it. Just pray and don't take it too seriously. And on that note, peace. It sounds a bit mellow because we are a bit mellow, man. But peace. Always